We're live.
Hi.
So tell everyone your name, please.
I'm Cody, and this is Coy.
Hello, Coy.
He's
How
5
old
months.
are you?
He's 5 months old.
5 months old. All right, so you have 4 children.
I do.
And 2 are vaccinated and 2 are not.
Yes.
Right, let's go back to the beginning and talk about the first child that you had. Talk us through that.
So my oldest, Billy, we did all the vaccines with her. I didn't know any different. After she got her second set of vaccines, she broke out. The next day, she broke out in hives. And I took her right away back in. They said it was eczema. And they said, change your soaps, use Dove soap and all this. So I tried it, it didn't work. So it lasted about a week and it went away. And then we did her next round and same thing happened. And then she got, all of a sudden had a double ear infection, a bad fever. The hives came back. So I switched over to goat milk soap and lotions and thought it was, stuff that was in the soaps and stuff. And then it wouldn't go away, so I took her back in, and they told me it was my breast milk. So I changed my diet up, and she started having some little problems. And then after one set of her shots, her hands, I don't know if they can see that, her hands swelled up.
How old is she now? About 1 or something?
She was about almost a year old, yeah. And her little hands swelled up so tight that she couldn't open her hands up all the way, and it felt like her skin was gonna rip. And they were bright red, so I took her in emergency room.
Wow, look at his hands.
Yeah, and again they were just telling me it's eczema. So I was like, that's not eczema. So and then shortly after that, I had my second daughter, and I did her first set of shots at 2 months old, and the next day I took them both in for shots at the same time. The next day when she went to the restroom, her diaper was full of blood. So I ran her in the emergency room, me and my husband, and they did a test on her and stuff. They said, oh, again, it's your breast milk. You need to change what you're eating. And then that's when I was like, no, this is not, because nothing has happened up until this day with her. Like this has to be something else. So I started talking to people, and that's when I started researching and reading all kinds of anything I can get my hands on. And I was like, no, it's the vaccine. So we quit all vaccines. Like that was it. And after that, they never had another eczema problem. They never had nothing. Like it stopped. So then when we had our third daughter, we didn't do anything. We didn't do the vitamin K. We didn't do the eye ointments. We didn't do anything. She's never had a problem. The only time we've had to go to the hospital is if she, one time she busted her lip open, so she needs some stitches. But she's only had colds a small handful of times. It's only lasted like 12 hours. Her immune system is just amazing. When he was a month old, he got RSV, and he was over it within like less than a week. He never had any vaccines.
Okay, stop you. So he was born in a hospital?
I had to have a C-section with him because he was breech.
And how did you get through? We're not doing vitamin K or anything.
I had to sign a ton of paperwork, but with him, so that was another thing I wanted to kind of share was when my third daughter was born. We didn't do anything, but I had to sign all the paperwork saying that we weren't going to do any of the vitamin K or anything. They never pushed us. Like it wasn't, the nurses I had were great. They never double questioned it. They supported it. Same with him, my doctor and the nurses we had, they never questioned it, never pushed me for it. They just said, okay, well, you have to sign this. And I'm like, that's fine. We did it with our other daughter. But after his C-section, there was a doctor I'd never seen before, and he kept putting his head in our room once we got moved into the recovering room. And he would look in, and he did it 3 or 4 times, and I was still kind of drowsy. And my husband was like, we were like, are you looking for someone? And he never said anything. He'd pop, he'd leave. He's like, no. About the 4th time he did it, my husband had left for the day to go check on get our daughters to pick them up from our co-op, because we were going to surprise him with the baby, because they didn't know we were having him. It was going to be a big surprise. And he had came back in, and because my husband wasn't there, he came in and was like, I saw on your chart you refused the vitamin K shot with him, and you're not doing circumcision. You need to do the vitamin K, because if he has a brain bleed, we won't be able to stop it if he does. And I was like, well, why would he have a brain? Like, it didn't make sense. And I was like, no, we're not doing it. I've researched this. I'm not doing the vitamin K. And he was like, well, when he does have the brain bleed, just to let you know, we can't save him. And then he walked out. And I was like, I don't even know who you are. Like, he came in and left. And it was a fear thing. And I never saw him again after that. Like, it was like he waited for my husband to leave. And it was weird. I never saw this guy before, so.
So same dad.
Same
with
deal.
all the
All my,
children?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, my
And so
husband.
same genetic, everything.
Everything.
Environment.
Yep.
And so you've got 2 vaccinated, 2 unvaccinated. Which group are healthier?
Oh, definitely the unvaccinated. Definitely. My oldest, so when we've had things, everybody gets sick. You have a cold flu bug go through your house, but it takes her recovery time is about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get over anything. And even after that, she has the sniffles and it just kind of lingers. With my youngest daughter, it's 12 hours and she's back to herself. Her immune system is just so much better than her older sisters. And I could just guess it's because she's not vaccinated and hers hasn't been compromised.
So with this little one, you say you had RSV at 1 month. And
Yes.
this is important because
Yes.
right now the fear mongering for the parents
Yes.
that your child that's unvaccinated gets RSV will not make it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is.
They are
These
so
parents
scared.
are freaking out and off they go.
Yeah.
Talk us through what RSV looked like in your 1 month old and how you got through it.
He was just really congested and wheezy a little bit, but I just did. We did a lot of steam showers. We'd sit in the bathroom and let the steam. I did an Epsom salt bath with him every night, and I kept Vicks on the bottom of his feet, and he was fine. We didn't. There wasn't like bad fevers. There wasn't nothing. And when we took him in for, it was for a checkup is when I found out he had it because I knew he was congested, but I figured it was just because of this cold season and stuff. She's like, oh, he has RSV. Do you want to do the RSV vaccine? And I was like, no, why would I do it? Vaccines are supposed to be before, if they have it anyways. But yeah, so I told her no. But he was fine. It wasn't.
People are just not clever, are they? You have to come to that conclusion.
yeah.
They're just salespeople.
Yeah, it does. And it's fear. They use fear.
So what's your advice to the young mum that's, okay, let me give you a scenario. We recently got a message from a young mum, vaccinated her first child, and now has 3 years old diagnosis of autism. She's pregnant due in September, and she wrote and said, I don't want to give any more vaccinations, but how do you get over the fear of what they tell you will happen to your child if you don't vaccinate? How do you get through all that fear that they throw at you? What would you say?
Research. And research until you feel comfortable with the decision, because once you put the vaccine in your body, there's no going back. You can't pull it out, and you can vaccinate at any time if you do decide to do that, but you can't change what it does once you do it.
Are you afraid that your unvaccinated children will get measles, mumps, rubella?
No, I'm not, because I know that their immune system can handle it.
And what else do you do to support that? Is food important to you?
Oh yeah, healthy eating, definitely. We don't do we do fast food once in a great while, but we're not big fast food eaters. We try and eat as clean as possible. We raise a lot of our own beef and stuff, so yeah.
So to this young mother, you say?
Health, it's all about their health, their eating, I guess.
And what about
the right
fear
words.
that she's feeling?
Trust your gut big time, because once you hear that little voice that says, I shouldn't be doing this, just go with it. Don't fall into that trap like I did. I knew I shouldn't have did it, and something was telling me, my daughter, I don't want to do this, I don't want to give it to her, but they tell you this is what you have to do, and that's what generations have been raised to do, is to fall into that and listen to the doctors. The doctors know best, but moms know best, not the doctors.
And you see an undeniable difference between?
Yes, big time.
He's
much healthier.
Holding their heads up and stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, my youngest daughter, she started walking at 5 months, and he's already sitting up on his own. And my oldest daughter, she didn't start walking until a week before her first birthday. So I think that hindered it a little bit too.
I think we're really starting to bore him now.
Yeah, I think so too.